What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the boxing clinic. Rise and shine. We on the boxing grind, on the sports grind all together today. And let's jump right into it. Multiple reports are starting to come out now. I heard this from Hatman. Had to research it. Shout out to Hatman Strikes Back Boxing. I think that's the name of his channel. That George Groves versus Chris Eubank Jr. is going to go down February 17th, 2018. At the Manchester Arena in Manchester, England. I believe it. That's the name of the arena. I'll leave the article link in the description. And this is huge, man. This is a huge UK fight. And it's a huge fight for the fans across the world, to be honest, man. It's just not a super fight in the UK. You know how you had those just super fights in the UK and it's big there. But this fight is pretty much kind of elevated around the world, that people want to see this fight. The build-up has been good. I'm glad that they matched these guys up to make the fight in the semifinals. Because I picked Callum Smith to win the whole thing, which I'm kind of wavering now on. Now I'm seeing Eubank Jr. I'm seeing a growth from him. And George Groves seemed to got over the hump versus Shuvanov. Even though I picked Shuvanov to beat him, I just thought that, Groves would never get over that hump, especially after the Carl Frost second loss and Badou Jack put it on him. But he's the world champion here, and this tournament is shaping up to be epic. The Cruiserweight tournament is probably the best professional tournament that you probably going to see. It's already shaping up to be better than the World Boxing Super 6, in my opinion. I think it has succeeded that, because the World Boxing Super 6 was round robin and got a lot of injuries. But this fight right here, it's in a proper place going down in the UK, the Manchester Arena in Manchester. Let's do it. I wish I could travel over there to the UK and see this fight. I just want to one day. I just wait till Donald Trump get out of the presidency, because I can't be stuck in the UK. My money ain't that long. You feel me? But yeah, man, this is a fight that a lot of people's looking forward to. It's bad blood. It's legitimate skill versus skill. You crazy to think if George Groves ain't one of the most skilled fighters in the world. It's just something mental for him to get over that mental hurdle. Chris Eubank Jr. is one of the most physically gifted with some skill as well in the world. And this is going to be an explosive matchup. And I'm happy that they are able to finalize this deal. An official announcement is supposed to come Thursday, which is Turkey Day of the United States. And I still going to, peep game. I'm still going to jump in on the live stream or the video they do. It's a big day over here in America, Thanksgiving, a lot of football, and then some boxing talk going to be going down with them announcing this fight. And hopefully both fighters, I anticipate, will be there. And the trash talk will be good. Groves is one confident, cocky SOB, and that's one thing that has gotten in his career, that has gotten in his way in his career. It's his overconfidence. He's overconfident to a fault, and he goes into fights so overconfident, thinking he's that much better than his opponent, and his opponent starting to whoop on him, and I think he starts to doubt himself and go into retreat mode, and he tends to lose a lot of big fights. The first Frost fight, I thought that was fishy, the way that little fake knockout ended. He was giving Carl Frost a boxing lesson early on, and Frost came on late. But Frost carried that momentum on to the second fight and iced him. And I think he came in too confident in both of those fights. But his confidence worked for him in the first Frost fight. Early on, he knocked him down, and Frost looked shocked. And but the experience factor, Frost didn't have that experience of the World Boxing Super Series tournament and the Jermaine Taylor fight before that, the John Pascal fight before that. If he didn't have those experiences, he probably would have melted down, and we would probably have a different conversation right now, talking about George Groves being probably a top 10 pound-for-pound fighter. But he was seasoned, he had those experiences, and now it's time for George Groves to use his seasoning as a seasoned vet and this experience versus Chris Eubank Jr. and take him places that Carl Frost took him, where he could take Eubank Jr. to those places and drown him later in fights and create that doubt in his head. It's no time for him to get overconfident and cocky. I would rather him come in this fight a little bit more tentative and a little bit more nervous and a little bit unsure, to balance out the overconfidence and cockiness, because that's what tends to get George Groves in trouble. Eubank Jr., he's confident. He's feeling himself right now. He feels the growth. He sees the growth. The game is starting to slow down for him. He's starting to pick his shots now. He's starting to slow down. He's not starting to be over anxious. And what that means is the gap and those holes in Chris Eubank Jr. game where he gets over anxious, he overcommits, and he leaves himself open to a lot of punches. That gap isn't there anymore. It's starting to close. He's starting to become more patient. He's starting to pick his shots. He's starting to move his head more. He's starting to put it all together is what makes this a great fight February 17th in Manchester, UK. That's what's making it an excellent fight, because both of these guys are starting to go on their, getting close to their peak, and both of them is now starting to put it together. And this is going to be an epic affair, in my opinion, man. I can't wait for this fight, man. I will take a day off if I have to, even though I don't work on Saturdays. Man, God willing, I won't have to. But, you know, this is the type of fight that I would love to go to. The atmosphere is going to be crazy. It's a big domestic clash. Both styles mesh nicely. And hopefully everybody healthy. We had no excuses. And at the end of the day, I think they're going to have mutual respect for each other, because both men is going to respect each other's craft. And it's going to be that type of close fight. Groves is very confident. Eubank Jr. is very confident. And the build-up is going to be epic, man. For sure. You know, I'm looking forward to this, man. And I thank Hatman again for putting me up on game. I show credit where credit is due. Shout out to everybody. We out.